And you stood in the air.
Right.
I would have been panicking. Like, I would have just had that little crazy reminder that like I'm in the air, like, and it would have felt weird because, you know what I'm saying? It was
well, they made them comfortable. They put some type of pad over the seat, so
they couldn't put no pad on their mental capacity. Because once you wake up and your headspace say, I see clouds and I don't see grass.
Yeah, but they was literally sleeping on clouds.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 100K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
I have never been on a flight where people are so excited to take off. Just 19 hours to go.
Back in October, I flew on a nearly 20-hour flight from New York to Sydney with Qantas Airways.
Ooh, Lord,
but this wasn't your ordinary long-haul trip. There were only 50 people on board because this was a test flight to see how ultra-long flights affect passengers and pilots. But is bringing a flight like this to regular service possible? And would customers even want to be in the air that long without a break? Normally, if you're flying from New York to Sydney...
Okay, so I got it wrong. He said the world's longest flight, not the longest flight. You get what I'm saying? I thought the airplane was like stupid duper long.
Oh, you talking about the plane? No,
right,
man.
and I'm thinking about capacity. I'm thinking about how long the plane is, how many rows they have in the back. Yo, because I seen the world's longest flight.
It's late. It's late. You get a pass. It's late.
I get a pass.
Don't get on my man. It's late.
Stopped for a layover, which usually adds to jet lag and takes longer than a direct flight. So airlines have been working towards more convenient routes. Qantas recently tested 2 flights, New York City to Sydney and London to Sydney. At nearly 19.5 hours long, they each set the record for the longest passenger flight in the world at the time. The test flights were aboard a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner that only had about 40 passengers and 10 crew members on board. Because technically, these planes couldn't make the distance with a full payload. They would have run out of fuel.
We have 2 crews, 4 pilots in total. We'll have a Team A and a Team B, and we'll be swapping throughout the night to ensure that the pilots get adequate rest.
Pilots gave urine samples every 4 hours to test melatonin levels. They were also outfitted with an activity monitor, a light monitor, and an EEG headset to monitor their alertness.
There's a whole bunch of sensors in behind this strap here that are measuring our brainwave activity.
So obviously, this was no ordinary flight. We were making aviation history.
Wow.
I like that.
Wow.
I like that they did tests. It helps me, a person who's, I'm about to take a long flight. Mm-hmm. It helps me to trust the pilot more.
Right, and we're not talking a long flight where if I need to use the restroom, I got to walk all the way to the back of the plane. We're talking about a long flight across the world.
Yeah.
And the precaution they're using is dope. Like, I've never seen one of these things. I knew they had it.
But the sensors and all that.
That's dope. Like,
I like that. It made me happy.
Made you feel safe.
It does.
Just getting ready to take off. 20 hours to Sydney.
Qantas 7879, we really appreciate your help tonight, and this will be part of history with linking these 2 great cities of New York and Sydney, and 19 hours and 5 minutes later we should be touching down in Sydney.
We were flying in business class seats, but the Qantas team asked us to rotate through the coach cabin to balance out the weight on the plane.
Yeah.
So I tried out the coach cabin, but obviously I preferred my business class seat.
We've got about 18 hours and 17 minutes to go. So it's going to be a slightly shorter flight than the 20 hours that was a possibility. It's really just because the winds are working with us, the way that the captain was able to plan the flight. We're not expecting any bad weather, and that's going to help us fly just a little bit faster.
If this had been a normal long-haul flight, the plane would have stayed on New York time throughout the flight, which typically makes it hard to adjust to a new time zone when you arrive. But on this flight, the plane and its passengers switched to Sydney time right away as part of an experiment to minimize jet lag.
Everything about the cabin lighting, everything about the food will be designed either to keep people awake or to induce them to go to sleep. And so we're hoping that they're going to end up getting off the plane and...
Yo, put in the comment section, how special is the meal to keep you awake? Because what y'all putting in that food? That's interesting.
And the times that they're going to feed them and stuff.
Right.
So that just, I don't know, because I'm a little, we have some things planned, and y'all know we travel as a family, so we're not only traveling with, just kids, we're traveling with a toddler.
Right.
So
when we do start traveling abroad, I feel like we will have to adjust to the sleep pattern that we're headed to. So, like, let's say we supposed to be somewhere at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's 5 in the afternoon where we are, we should be asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I wonder, of course, this was an experiment, but I wonder, just for you guys to give us your tips. And we need all the tips.
All of it.
All of it, okay?
All of that.
So, like, do the planes do this? Like, was this successful? Just thinking ahead. Was this successful? Like, how do you prepare to be in a new time zone that is that far away?
Facts. That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be looking for that.
Be quite comfortable in Sydney time.
Throughout the flight, we had to follow a sleep schedule, but normally, passengers wouldn't have had to do this.
Right now, the cabin lights are all bright. Everybody's walking around, taking pictures, and we're really just trying to power through and stay awake.
Yeah.
To keep us from falling asleep, we were encouraged to get up and walk around. I went and checked out the crew quarters, where cabin crew members and pilots can take a nap between their shifts. Then, it was time to eat.
This is the first meal. This is the one that's a little spicier, chocolate, chilies, peppers.
The first meal was light, spicy, and flavorful, helping us stay wide awake. We weren't supposed to have any alcohol because it would make us sleepy. After lunch, we were asked to stay awake for the next 4 hours until dinner. Some people watched movies, and others chose to keep moving, stretching, squatting, and even dancing.
Definitely starting to feel a bit tired. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, New York time. We're about to have our dinner, and then after that, the whole plane is going to go to sleep.
The flight crew came and put mattress pads on each of the seats. Then, it was time for a heavy dinner that would make us want to sleep.
Cabin lights are dimming. Definitely feeling tired. It's been, I think, almost 21 hours that I've been awake. Super excited to go to sleep.
At the touch of a button, the business class seats folded flat into a bed. Then, the flight attendants turned off the lights to match Sydney's nighttime. I passed out almost immediately and slept so hard.
I just slept for more than 8 hours, which is the best I've ever slept on a plane.
Yo. That's different.
If you sleep 8 hours straight, you was comfortable.
And you stood in the air.
Right.
I would have been panicking. Like, I would have just had that little crazy reminder that I'm in the air, like, and it would have felt weird because, you know what I'm saying? It was
well, they made them comfortable. They put some type of pad over the seat, so
they can't put no pad on their mental capacity. Because once you wake up and your headspace say, I see clouds and I don't see grass.
Yeah, but they was literally sleeping on clouds.
Was.
That's what the pillows and the mattresses advertise, right?
Yeah, they should have put like some little night sounds in there too.
Oh,
just to get that going.
Yeah. Oh, well, we definitely gonna have that on the plane.
We keep that now. So.
Yeah, that's how we fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they definitely comfortable. And then again, the spicy food to keep them up.
Yeah.
Okay, chilies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To go.
In the morning, the lights were brought up slowly with a warm glow, copying Sydney's sunrise. Right away, we had breakfast. And before I knew it, we were coming in on Sydney. We landed at 7:43 a.m., 19 hours and 16 minutes after taking off from New York. Even after crossing 15 time zones, I didn't feel jet-lagged. And all of the other passengers I spoke to felt the same. Qantas hasn't released the pilots' biometric data yet, but the pilots told me they felt great after the flight. 20 hours in the air wasn't as hard on my body as I thought it would be. The new service flow really did help me adjust to Sydney time a lot faster than had I broken up the trip with a stop. But I really think getting up and moving, eating the right food, and sleeping on Sydney time is what made the flight easier. Plus, we got there a lot faster. While I would totally take this flight again, I'll have to wait. Qantas says it won't actually start regular service until 2023. I flew it on a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. However, Qantas picked the Airbus A350-1000 for the future routes. But before Qantas starts flying, it has to convince investors that this will make money, and that passengers would actually want to take this flight. Then, they have to convince regulators that crews can work the long flight safely. Right now, Singapore Airlines holds the record for the longest commercial flight, a 19-hour daily flight from Newark, New Jersey to Singapore. But with its test flights through Project Sunrise, Qantas is getting closer to flying these routes as regular service, and holding the record for the world's longest flight.
Project Sunrise is our attempt to overcome probably the last frontier in aviation, and that opens up just about every destination in the world we can fly non-stop to.
Shortly after my flight, Qantas flew another successful test flight from London to Sydney. It came in at 19 hours and 19 minutes, setting another record for the world's longest flight. But Qantas' CEO said that's not what it's about.
We're not aiming to have the title of the world's longest flight. For us, it's about having the world's most convenient flights to avoid stopovers.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And that's what we're aiming for.
Really, convenience.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different.
Let us know, what is the longest flight that you have been on, your tips, tricks, so that you don't experience jet lag. Like, y'all, we have a long flight.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking we got to do it there and back. And we have a layover soon.
Yeah, so I know what I was going to say. It is convenient, but do you think it will work better for people like ourselves and other people that's like doing business trips? Or would it be more convenient for the people who more like on the edge of saying, hey, I'm going on a vacation? 20-hour flight for vacation.
Vacation.
You think more people would do vacation flights there than people doing business trips there? I feel like it kind of hits the same button because, of course, if you're going out there, you're going to be vacating at the same time.
Yeah, but some people may be moving, you know, visiting, visiting family. That's a vacation. But for me, convenience, I would do it. The only thing that would make me hesitant is children. Children being active.
So what have people been doing to get to the other side of the world? Oh, they would do layovers. Yes. Okay. Connected flights. Yeah. And then that's always an option too for us. Like, if we want to do it that way, because I'm just not sure how my body's going to react, how my kids are going to react.
Exactly.
You see, because we've been on a boat and we've been on long car rides.
Yeah.
And they react very differently.
We had a 19-hour road trip.
And they reacted very differently. So
straight through.
I don't know how they would do it in the air. So we'll probably start simple with our trips with doing layovers here and there. Just to get a feel of it.
I mean, well, the children have been on airplanes before, but just not that long.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We have an open conversation with y'all about our trips.
We are.
But yeah, let us know how you guys enjoyed this video, and please give us your tips.
Yes.
We're serious, okay? We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like support the channel that way, as well as our join feature to become a VIP member of the channel. Send in your reaction request to our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.